Good day, everyone.
Right.
Now, how many of you here have some New Year's resolution or some rituals during New Year? Can you type
Sure.
in the chat?
Yep.
Yes, yes, awesome. Great. Yes, and on the first day, people are so excited, right? And me as well before. And I remember during my childhood, my father didn't clean on the first day and our surroundings. And you know what? It's the only day he cleaned the entire year. What if I told you it's because many people give up, as our previous speakers thought? And according to Stanton University, 92% didn't achieve their goals. My father was one as well, my late father. And for me as well before, I was into this personal development industry. And what if I told you the problem is just very simple? And it takes us three simple steps that I want to share with you today. And the first step is know your why. What's your leverage? Why you do the things you do? What makes you wake up every day? What makes you wake up like me here? It's 1 a.m. in the morning. And that's born out into my purpose in life. My purpose was reignited in Malaysia in 2012. I served there for 2 years in a community, but it went off after that. In 2018, I have an opportunity in Japan. I work and I help more people again. But my life was stuck. I lost my job 3 times because of my negative thinking pattern at the time. I went into depression. Even I feel suicidal thoughts. And that what experience made me reflect on there are many limiting beliefs that re-emerged during that time. And that what made me never achieve my goal. And I found my way back into personal development through Tony Robbins and many other, and I immersed myself into the study of neuroscience and quantum recoding. I got my master NLP, coach and practitioner, also timeline therapy and hypnotherapy. I discovered that my subconscious mind having this self-sabotaging pattern that I never thought it existed or I have. And at first, I don't want to share this publicly because for the sake of my mother. And because this story is very crucial, especially when we deal with our mindset and behavioral patterns for us to understand each other and make adjustment or change. I am the ninth child. And when my mother was pregnant of me, she jumped off a smoke cliff. And what was amazing that night was he dreamed, he dreamed of me crying and telling her, please don't give up on me, mom. But actually, I'm just having a monkey DNA. So I was able to hold on tightly. And that experience, my subconscious mind created a meaning of feeling unwanted and unloved. Again, this is not because I love my mother even more after I heard the story, because I stand on her point that if I am her, I would stop at the number 4. And this doesn't mean that I don't love my fifth sibling until the 10th. Yes, I still have one after me. And This pattern keeps repeating and repeating throughout my life. Being a high achiever, I never thought that it was directly connected to this pattern of feeling unwanted and unloved, because that's the only way we can get love and recognition to achieve these things. And again, in my job, my subconscious mind self-sabotage because it was not aligned with my purpose. And my purpose here is, here I am speaking with you today in this coaching and speaking industry. And it goes back to crafting your 7 levels of deep emotional why. And that is my first reason why. That dream night with my mother was the first call that I never paid attention my entire life. There are many calls after that that I never paid attention. And right now, I'm fully into this. And the next thing is for my future family not to experience the same as what I had experienced, especially in these mindset patterns, because we inherit some of these patterns from the past. And we have the chance to cut this pattern in our generation today, and we have this information and knowledge. And comes to the third reason of mine is to give them freedom and choices. I don't want to dig down into the 7 because we have a limited time. So craft your 7 levels of emotional why. Some even reach 100 or 200. If you can do that, then that's great. And the second step is the what, the mindset change. The 80%, we need a mindset change, and 20% strategy. Because everything happens twice, first in the mind and then in reality. Because the words have spell, right? That's why it's called spelling. And these limiting belief patterns, like the famous one, I can't, I am not, and these other patterns. Have you ever heard of being called that you are a great progeny of your great grandfather? Because we are coded, we are programmed, and it is in our DNA. The other patterns, 3.2 billion liters from our father, 3.2 billion liters from our mother, and our parents as well, our product of our parents. That's why we are genetically chained, these patterns. And from 0 to 7 years old, these are the implanting years in which we are programmed by the people surrounding us. And it is proven by science that in one yes, a child hears 17 no's. So let's just say in a day, a child hears 20 yes. That's an incredible 340 no's within a day and within a year. That's too much. Then we know a child remembers things, right? And that programmed us into some of our limiting beliefs that keep us away from reaching our goals. And from 7 to 14 years old, these are the modeling years. And so 14 years old until now, we get it from socializing and your favorite, Netflix.
Yeah.
And the third step, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a question. So you've talked about all these individual steps relatively thoroughly. So the question is, if you could summarize the top 3 or 4 things that get you out of the programming and into the activity, what would they be?
Yeah, thank you for that question. The top 3 thing we can do is to first remove this limiting belief, dig down into your past experiences. And then, because these patterns are what make you believe that it is true, because the evidences that you experience, that we experience, is make us believe that it is true. And the next thing is we rewrite our own story or change the meaning of that experience, that bad experience. We change that into an empowering meaning, and then create it into a habit. And that's what is my third step into creating an empowering alternative and maintain it, just like a garden. And I have 5 steps for this creating and maintaining it. I just summarize because I don't have time. So just like a garden, right? You all can imagine that if there's a tree or grasses in your backyard and you want to convert it into a new garden for your New Year's resolution or this belief patterns, this grass represents our limiting beliefs. So we need to pull it out and then plant or create your new habit or whatever you wanted to change. And then the third is nurture it into 30-day for habit forming. And it is proven by NASA that it takes 30 days to form a habit. And the fourth is make it fun, easy, and pleasurable. And of course, reward yourself because that's what keeps you motivated and do more and more. And the fifth one is frequent maintenance. Of course, the garden can never exist there for a long time beautifully if there's no maintenance. And if you want to dig deep, I have this in my freebie. So just download it and join in my FB group that I will put in the link later, because my website is under maintenance, and book a free mindset strategy call, and let's dig deeper into what are the mindset patterns that are holding you back from reaching this New Year's resolution. Yeah, and imagine as the sun rises, imagine we are now in 2024, December 31st. As the sun rises in the year 2025, imagine what your life looks like, feels like, and sounds like when you are free of these limiting beliefs and you achieve your goals. And of course, provided that you do everything and you never give up. You can do it. Thank you, everyone.